Are the Knicks waiting for Carmelo Anthony to make a decision so they can sign him in NBA free agency? That's the rumor we're talking about on today's show, as Ian Begley had some words about Melo. But before we dive into those, I want to ask you guys a question at the top of today's show. Do you want the Knicks to sign Carmelo Anthony? Do you think it makes sense anymore? Do you want to see number 7 back in the Garden? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Let me know what you think in the comments section. You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. We got some big rumors to talk about Carmelo Anthony, as the report is coming from Ian Begley. He said the Knicks would welcome Carmelo Anthony back to the New York Knicks if he wanted to come back. Ian Begley talked about how Carmelo is a free agent at this point. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the fact that he's not on a team right now, that he's not in the NBA anymore, because it absolutely makes no sense. What he was able to do last year with the Los Angeles Lakers, we'll show you that in a second, I think has just flown under the radar. There were stretches at points where Carmelo Anthony was arguably the best player on the Lakers last year with all the injuries that they dealt with. A Melo homecoming would be lit. If you're saying it wouldn't, I think you're just lying to yourself at this point. For fans of the Knicks of my age, I think Carmelo Anthony is your favorite player that has ever played for the New York Knicks. That is how special he was. I know we didn't win the finals. I know we didn't get to the finals, but he also played in the same conference as a guy like LeBron James, arguably the best player of all time. But all that really doesn't matter right now. Let's first go to Ian Begley and the quotes that he had to say about Melo. He did a podcast on SNY, and he was asked about should the Knicks look to sign Carmelo Anthony. He said this: if he, Carmelo, wants to be back here, if the scenario works out for both sides, he will be back here. If he wants to go out on an active roster this year, maybe before his retirement, I could see the Knicks clearing a spot for him. I could see that happening just because of the relationship between Carmelo Anthony, Leon Rose, and others. I thought that Carmelo Anthony honestly was going to start the season on the New York Knicks when it sounded like those Donovan Mitchell trade rumors were going to result in a Donovan Mitchell trade to the New York Knicks. I think Carmelo Anthony would have been signed to be a bench piece, as they pretty much would have had to gut their entire roster and would have needed some veterans like Melo. And I'm going to be honest, Melo not being in the NBA at this point is an absolute joke. We saw what he did with the Lakers last year. He was a solid player, averaged more than 10 points per game. And he was the guy that was consistent on a team that didn't have many consistent players. 13.3 points per game last year, 4.2 rebounds, 44% from the deck, and he shot an elite percentage from three at 37.5% on 26 minutes per night. You're telling me that Melo wouldn't be able to help a team right now win games in the NBA? I'm not saying he's that guy anymore. I'm not saying he's Melo, 3 to the dome, MVP type player, all NBA. He's not that guy. But if you need a guy to come off the bench, give you some buckets, heat up quickly, and be able to knock down shots from the outside, how on earth could you tell me that wouldn't be able to help a team? I think the question is just, does it help the Knicks at the moment? And we're going to break that down in a second. But first, I got to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because if the Knicks sign Carmelo Anthony, it is going to be a party on the channel, and we're going to go live breaking it down so you can stay up to date on everything that's going down. We put out videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors. Go down right now, hit that big red button, subscribe, youtube.com/KnicksTV. Today's Knicks Now video is sponsored by Athletic Greens. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Get started today. That link is in the comments and description of today's show. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. AG1 empowers the gut for whole body health, which is something that I need. I start the day with making one great choice AG1, and more healthy decisions then follow. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Get started today. I love it. I know you're going to love it. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Promotes gut health, supports immunity, and boosts energy. Get started. athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That link is in the comments and description of today's video. The only thing that I am held up about Carmelo Anthony re-signing with the New York Knicks is I'm not sure if the fit makes the most sense at the moment the way the Knicks roster is currently constructed. When you look at this roster, there's just not really any playing time for a guy like Carmelo Anthony. We know that Brunson, Barrett, and Grimes are all going to play heavy minutes. We know Randall's going to get big minutes at the 4. Obi Toppin can't even get minutes at this moment. Quickly needs minutes. Rose can't get minutes. McBride is in the rotation. Reddish hasn't played in 30 games. Hartenstein's going to play, and Sims is going to play. If you sign Carmelo Anthony, he's only going to sign if he knows he's getting minutes. And 2, if he's getting minutes, he's going to be eating up Obi Toppin's minutes, which is something that I'm not really in favor of. I love Melo. My favorite player of all time. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I think they should retire number 7 at Madison Square Garden. But do I want to see a 35, 36, 37, however old he is, Carmelo Anthony, playing 12, 15 minutes a game when that could be going to Obi Toppin, who still needs minutes? He still needs to find out who he is in the NBA. It doesn't make that much sense. But if the Knicks were to make a trade, I do think signing Carmelo Anthony would make sense. If the Knicks need to make a trade and they need more bench production, they need someone to come off the bench and give you buckets, play 10, 12 minutes a game, give you 8, 9, 10 points, shoot 37% from 3. I think that then makes some sense for the New York Knicks. But the way the team is currently constructed, I don't really think it makes all that much sense. Before we wrap up today's show, let's just remember how good Carmelo Anthony was. You saw the stats on screen. He was incredible for the New York Knicks in the time that he spent here. It would be an honor to see him come back and play for the Knicks. I would love to see him retire as a New York Knick. I just don't know if right now is the right time. Knicks make a trade, no doubt about it. I think it could be a good bench piece and a good veteran to have. But let's show Carmelo Anthony some love in the comments section. Type those 7s, 3 to the dome, in the comments section. If you love watching Carmelo Anthony with the Knicks, drop those 7s in the comment section. Also, make sure to give me a follow over on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I want to be able to follow more Knicks fans and interact with you guys over there. So give me a follow, and I'll give you a follow back. All you got to do to get a follow back is DM me Carmelo Anthony so I know that you came from this video.